And some of them you just didn't even want to go with. I mean, like, you didn't want to help, but that's not my job to judge people. It's my job to help them. And especially, you see this especially in America, where we have this whole concept of, if you come to America, you speak our language, you better speak our language, you better speak it well, you better know what you're talking about, otherwise you're not worth my time. And that's not what America's about. I mean, we are considered the melting pot of the world for a reason. We allow multiple cultures into our country. So why is it that you, as a little nothing retail worker, gets to choose who you want to help and who you don't? But I don't think that's right. I really don't think it's right. But and I'm not exempt from this. I've done this before. I work in an area that is densely populated with the Hispanic people of the Hispanic descent, and a lot of them don't speak English as well as a lot of them do not speak English to the point to where it's easy to understand. Some of them do not speak English at all. I know I'm one to talk about proper English when I have the accent. I do, but that doesn't. And there are times where they'll try to get information from me, and they can't tell me what it is. So they try to point to it, and I can't understand it, and I get irritated. And I do, and the first thing comes to my mind is, why don't you speak damn English? You're in America. But that's not my position to do. So I have to calm myself down. I have to go over it again, and eventually I figure out what's going on with them and what they need. But that's my job. That's the line of work I'm in, and it's the line of work I chose to do right now. I would love not to have to work in retail ever, but as long as I'm working in retail, I'm going to do the best job I can. And to do the best job I can, that means I have to be polite and I have to help people in any way that I can. So that's essentially all I really wanted to talk about specifically in this video. I did want to talk a little bit about an article I've read recently. This is purely for me on horror part, because I'm really interested. I really like horror, and I really like creepy stuff. I want to talk about this field or this forest section that was found in Florida, I believe it was. I'm not sure what article I read or what news it was. I think it was like Channel 5 News or something from Florida. There was a forest in Florida found to have, it was by a hiker or something. He found a area in Florida, in a forest in Florida, that was covered in, it had a ton of missing people posters nailed to trees, a few blankets with, I think, like empty cans of food, and it looked like a makeshift cage that had been recently cut down or recently unlatched. What the heck? Now, I understand, I think the day of or the day later, the police have talked to maybe the surrounding people and said that the neighbors around, one of the neighbors said that it was a setup for Halloween. And this is where I get confused. I'm going to talk about this. The person who lives closest to it says that it's a setup for Halloween that they set up and they're getting it ready. But I think a lot of viewers and a lot of people who have seen it say that everything looks weathered. Like the papers are actually in laminate, or they're in those slides that you put into binders, the laminate slides, plastic slides. They're all nailed to the tree, and the blankets look weathered. The cage looks weathered, supposedly. I can't tell from the video, from my personal perspective, talk correctly. And when this was brought up to the neighbor again, they stated that, we had a party. We actually had a party, and we set this up in August. So we had a Halloween-themed party, and we were just going to keep it up for Halloween. Huh? Like, I get that this is all possible, and I get it, but seems a bit of a stretch. Now, do I believe that this is some missing person shrine? I don't really know. That also seems a little far-fetched, but then again, what is it? If, I don't believe that it's a place where they actually kept these missing people, because looking at the posters, there were a lot of posters, and they seem to be from all over the state, so I don't believe that's it either. I don't know what it is. I'm going to keep updated on it. I'm going to keep watching it and everything, so we'll keep talking about that. Now, we've talked about some crazy stuff, and I want to end this on a video that I saw today that really made me absolutely happy. It's the latest vlog by Philip DeFranco. If you know who Philip DeFranco is, then you know he does a news show, and he just pretty much shoots the shit with you. And his latest vlog, essentially, it was very, very here and there. The thing that I loved from it was the fact that his family is intertwined with his YouTube business a little bit. I think Liz has a YouTube channel, and also he has a son named Trey. What I loved about it was that it showed Trey walking. One of the sections showed Trey, his son, walking through their office, his Philip DeFranco office, whatever he's with. And it shows him looking for his dad. And the cameraman, I believe his name's Joe, is one of the staff members for Philip. And he's walking around just kind of agging Trey on, getting him to go find his dad. I think Liz is with him as well. And what really made me happy was every room he walked in looking for his dad, Philip DeFranco, every time he walked into a room and it wasn't Phil, he would walk in, smile, and be like, "That's not Dad." And it was cute, but what was even better was the fact that every staff member seemed to be happy and positive about Trey being there. He would walk in and he'd say hi, and the guy, whoever was behind the computer, would peek his head around and wave at him and say hi, ask him how he's doing. And it just seemed like every staff member it was almost like a big enlarged family. And yes, I know every single one of them works for Philip, so, or not all of them, I think most of them all worked for Philip on his show, so, there's obviously that obligation. You can't be mean to my family, and I get it. But it looked like every staff member was genuinely nice and genuinely polite and genuinely happy to see him, and that's really nice nowadays. I'm one of those people where I don't really care for young kids. I don't care for infants, but I think toddlers are hilarious. Excuse me. I love my niece and nephews. So anyway, that was pretty much all I wanted to say today. I'll find a way to combine these videos and put them on my channel. So I appreciate you watching. If you do watch, the one or two people that do actually watch this. This is day one of my vlog everyday challenge, essentially. I'm going to start, my first goal is going to be to get a video out every day for a week, and then for 2 weeks, and then a month, and whatever I can do. Maybe bumps and cracks here and there, but hopefully you'll see me every day, and if you do just decide to subscribe or come back and view me again, then I would really appreciate it. Hit that like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. I really don't care. Just give me some kind of feedback. And from now, I'm Johnny G, and I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.